Hey everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here with another graphic novel review, where today I will be talking about the final volume in Gail Simone's Secret Six, the pre-New 52 series. Now, this picks up right after the events of the last volume, where we now have two teams both going by Secret Six. We've got Bane and Jeanette leading their own team that's been picking up the jobs for them, while the other members, Scandal Savage, Deadshot, Black Alice, Ragdoll, have all gone after Catman, who pretty much went rogue to deal with the kidnapping of his son and all that. And after all that, but pretty much now it picks up with the two teams finally meeting each other when they're hired for the same job by Amanda Waller. And after they complete the job, the surviving members of the team all agree just to become one team, even though now there's more than 6 members. All right. Next story arc is a crossover with Action Comics, where the 6 are hired by Lex Luthor to help him assassinate Scandal's father, Vandal Savage. And this also ties into the story arc that was going on in Action Comics, which some of you might remember when Lex Luthor was the main protagonist, when he went looking, which was known as the Black Ring story arc. And then after their little dealing with Lex Luthor, the team is then hired to fight the Doom Patrol, who have taken refuge on an island called Oolong Island, and the 6 are pretty much hired to basically beat them and get them off the island. And after that, though, we finally get into some stuff. We finally get out of the crossovers when the team goes after Ragdoll, who stole the, if you read Volume 2, you might remember this, the Get Out of Hell free card, where Ragdoll wants to use it to resurrect his friend, Parademon, but Scandal was the one who kept the card because she wants to resurrect her dead girlfriend, Knockout. And they end up going to hell. And they end up going to hell in order to get the card back and free him. However, when they get there, they find out that apparently Parademon doesn't want to leave, and they are allowed to bring back Knockout. But they also find out that they're all going to be going to hell soon. And the person who is really upset by this news is Bane, because even though Bane did a lot of bad things, he felt like he was a righteous man. He has a code. He wouldn't be in hell per se, but dude, you did a lot of bad things. You're going to hell. That's basically how it is. So in the final issues of the book, Bane decides that that's it. If I'm going out big. So he decides once again to break Batman. But he doesn't just. But this time he's not just going to go walk over Wayne Manor and shatter Batman's spine again. No, this time he's planning to break Batman psychologically by killing all of his most closest allies, and he gets the 6 to go along. And he gets the team to go along with this. So they all head to Gotham. They kidnap Penguin to give them information about how they can take out Batman's loved ones. Unfortunately, Penguin informed the proper authorities about this, and almost every superhero in the DCU show up to get the 6 to surrender. However, the 6 decide this isn't how we're going to get. So if this is end, we're going out in a blaze of glory. So they all take some Venom capsules that Bane had, and they just go out in a huge blaze of glory. And that's where the series ends. Okay. If I describe the final volume in one word, I would say it was a fantastic read. I enjoyed the team's evolution from like where they started. Originally, at the very beginning of the series, way back when it was just tying to Infinite Crisis, they pretty much made it clear that when they started the team, they pretty much just agreed, okay, we're only 6 people, we're only doing this for the job, for the money, no matter what, this is all. However, by the time you get to this point in the series, you kind of realize that these guys are a really close-knit group. Like, they are now starting to develop friendships, some of them almost family relationships, such as how Bane's devotion to Scandal is pretty much like how a father treats his daughter, per se. And, it's very interesting how at the beginning these guys didn't care at all whether they lived or died. They just wanted to get paid. But now there is a loyalty among them, which is very nice. Also, the ending where they decide to just go out fighting and guns blazing, that is, I think, the perfect ending for these characters. They are definitely gung-ho action hero types. So that ending is somewhat satisfying for them and appropriate. My only complaint about this volume, though, is just the crossover stories. I mean, the Lex Luthor one was interesting, but the Doom Patrol was just... I really did not enjoy the Doom Patrol. It was just really boring for most of it. But overall, I think if you like stories where we have complicated protagonists and protagonists who are villains and also who are given depth for their characters, then this is definitely a series that you should read. I think if you're gonna watch Suicide Squad in August, I would also recommend Secret Six because to be honest, if my choice was if I had to read again Suicide Squad or Secret Six, I would go with Secret Six. Okay, it's just a very fun story, and if you like villains as your protagonist, then I highly recommend this series. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you again for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Check out my other graphic novel reviews and other comic book reviews. I'm Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.